Big Bear here, coming back at you again, folks. I've really got a good one for you today. This is the NASCAR Trading Cards Tech Learning Center, where the learning never stops. This is the place where we teach you about the great hobby of NASCAR trading card collecting that spans 50 years of color and just plain fun. For today's class, we really got a good one for you today, folks. It's the 1988 MAXX Myrtle Beach and Charlotte race car sets. They had a original issue in Myrtle Beach, and then later in the year they did some changes and they reissued it in Charlotte, and we'll go into it. The Myrtle Beach and Charlotte race card sets. What I want to talk about here is the Myrtle Beach and Charlotte race card sets and their most important differences. I'm just going to do the important facts here, folks. We're going to discuss the 5 or 6 most important changes from the original manufacturing of the cards in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, to those later manufactured in Charlotte, North Carolina. So let's get started on it. This is the 1988 MAXX Race Cards waxed box. The 88 MAXX Race Card Wax Pack box consisted of 36 packs of 10 cards to a pack, and they were packaged not in, actually they weren't packaged in wax like you see at baseball cards and football cards. They were in a clear shrink wrap, and the boxes were the same for both the Myrtle Beach and the Charlotte sets. Even though they did make a lot of changes to the cards, this box right here never changed. I had some of the early ones. The colors were a little richer, but that's the only difference I could see. There was no nomenclature changes on it. They also came as a complete set. Of course, the 1988 MAXX race cards had 100 cards in the sets, and they came in these set boxes. And the 1988 MAXX race cards complete sets boxes consisted of, like I just said, of 100 cards. The first edition set, which you see up here in the upper left hand corner, was the Myrtle Beach set, which is very rare. I've heard that there's only like 10,000 of these cards made. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what I've heard. And the first annual edition set, which you see on the right, which came later in the year and was what they called the Charlotte set, and the Charlotte set contained the number 43 Richard Petty card, where the first edition Myrtle Beach set did not, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. On this first, we'll discuss the 2 rarest cards of the Myrtle Beach set, which were later changed or discontinued in the Charlotte set. One is the Phil Parsons, which left his wife Marcia's name off the card, and they call it the No Marcia card. And the other is the Talladega Streaks card. The Phil Parsons number 26 Myrtle Beach card, which is famously called, like I just said, the No Marcia card. This is the card where they left off his wife's name. And if you'll look over here, real good picture of Phil. He's just a really good looking guy, and he won a Talladega race. I remember that. Of course, he was Benny Parsons' younger brother. But if you'll look in the top back of the card up there where it says, about 4 lines down, where it says family, children, Kinsley Ray. Well, they left his wife's name off the card, and in the Charlotte set, I got a picture down here below. In the Charlotte set, of course, it says family, wife Marcia, and children Kinsley Ray. This is a very rare card, and if he had been just a little bit more, he was a very popular person, but if he had been a more popular driver, I think this card would be a lot more valuable. Can't really put a price on it. I see the raw cards right now going for $50, but these days the prices are going up so fast on these NASCAR trading cards. I almost hate to give you a value to them, because it just changes from day to day, and for the most part they're going up. Now the other card is the number 10 Talladega Streaks Myrtle Beach card. This card was discontinued in the Charlotte set, and from what I see, I try to keep up with what's going on in cards and what have you, and I've found this card is so rare. I just don't even see it for sale anymore. I haven't seen one for sale in probably 2 or 3 months. It's a really, really nice, colorful card. It's got the coming around probably going into the first turn at Talladega, and you can see all the cars and everything. I've always have liked this card because it's got good rich colors to it, and it's so rare. And if you can get one, folks, by golly, you need to get this one for sure. Now, of course, also in the Myrtle Beach set, there was a number 43 of Daytona International Speedway in the Myrtle Beach set. And this card was also discontinued, but it just, to me, it never got any traction. Now, I put this one on here so you could see what it looks like and everything. Of course, now, if you had one signed by Dale Earnhardt like this one is, I'd say that'd be a pretty valuable card. But for some reason, this Myrtle Beach card just never got any traction. But if you want a rare card, that's a rare one to have. Okay, now we'll discuss the main 2 new cards in the later Charlotte set, or the first annual edition if you buy a complete set. They are the number 43 Richard Petty card and the number 10 Darrell Waltrip card. Now the number 43 Richard Petty from the Charlotte set, you can see right here, just a fabulous card. Of course, it's got the sunglasses, and it's got the STP in the lower corner of his sunglasses, and then big bright smile and SPT on his collar. Good red and blue trim, and again, it's got his racing history on the back. It shows, if you look down at the bottom where under one, you'll see 200 wins, and that's why they call him the King. And of course, no NASCAR race card set is complete without the King. And as Dale Earnhardt once said, when they said if people would ask him who's the better driver, he would say, "The King's the King, and he'll always be the King in my book." And he is in my book too, folks. Now, the other card that replaced the Talladega Streaks is the number 10 Darrell Waltrip in the Charlotte set. It's just a really, really good card of an extremely popular driver. And of course, as you all know, Darrell called and announced races and was a commentator for probably close to 20 years after he retired. He was he's just a great contributor to the sport, and this is one of those cars you really want to have also, folks. Now we're going to discuss the main cars that were printed in both the Myrtle Beach and the Charlotte sets, and I must say there's many great ones here. Of course, probably the most popular card in the set, as far as a desire to have, is the number 87 Winston Cup Champion card. Of course, it's right there you see Dale Earnhardt on the right, Dale Earnhardt Sr., and then of course on the left there's Richard Childress and the rest of the whole number 3 Wrangler Championship race team from 1987. And this card raw is pretty much readily available, but the price is going up on it because it's to many people it's considered one of Dale's main rookie cards, and I know I'm glad I've got mine. Now there were these 3 other cars of Dale Earnhardt, and there might have been a few others, and I'm sure there were in this set, but these were the other main 3 that I saw. Of course, card number 38, with a little help from my friends, is the one showing the pit crew, making a big pit stop. And then on the right-hand side, the card number 45, the Chevrolet and Ford lead in 1987. If you look at that card on the left, you see Dale Earnhardt in the Wrangler car, and Davey, Allison in the Texaco car. And of course, right behind Davey is Bill Elliott, and behind Dale is Sterling Marlin. Look about a little further back, you see Bobby Allison, and on the Quaker State car you'll see Brett Bodine, and just on back down through the way. But probably the second most popular card in the set of as far as Dale Earnhardt goes is this one of his GM Goodwrench car. This is card number 54, and this has become a very popular card. A graded card of this is going for some pretty high dollars now, and it's just a really good-looking card of his card, and many people consider it one of his main rookie cards. Okay, I'm going to talk about some of the other drivers now. Of course, the Rookie of the Year back in 1987 was Davey Allison, and as Davey was just a tremendous driver, came within just a gnat's hair of winning a championship. Of course, as many of you know, Davey bought him a helicopter, and he would personally fly it to and from the tracks to get there quick and get home quick. And just a few days after he bought that thing, Davey crashed it, and sadly his injuries were so bad he lost his life due to the helicopter crash. And we all miss Davey. Of course, you know, he's Bobby Allison's son, but he was a great driver in his own right. Won a lot of races back during that time when he was a very popular driver. Now, some of the other cars, of course, talking about popular drivers, during the late 80s and 1990s, probably for 12 years or so, Bill Elliott was the most popular driver in NASCAR. Here's his number 50 Bill Elliott card. And right beside him here, in the late 70s through the mid 80s, was the most popular driver in NASCAR, and that was Bobby Allison. And of course, Bobby, I think he won something like 3 Daytona 500s. Just a great card, great driver. This is one of my favorite cards probably in the whole set. Now, next over is card number 68, Rick Wilson, autographed. I got this card personally autographed by Rick. They were racing in 1988 up in Martinsville. He, Richard Petty, Terry Labonte, Kyle Petty, and Michael Waltrip all came down and signed autographs at a place where they sell campers. And I was very fortunate to get to meet him and all the rest of those guys that night. And it's a memorable moment for me, and I just wouldn't take anything for this card. And of course, to the right of him is Ernie Irvan. Ernie Irvan is also one of the drivers that has been was a great driver during the early 90s. Of course, he got injured and had to quit driving because of that. The next thing here that I'm going to show you, the next 4 cards that I really like from this set, of course, is Mark Martin's probably the greatest driver to never win a championship. Of course, all of these are rookie cards, but this is a really good. This is his first card and his rookie card, and just a have to have. Of course, Dale Jarrett, he was Ned Jarrett's son. He became a very popular driver. Won a championship, still announces today, and is a great contributor to NASCAR. Next over is Alan Kowicki's rookie card. Alan, of course, won a big championship, and later, a couple of years later, lost his life in a plane crash. If you can ever get an autograph of Allen, jump on it, because these things are going up like crazy. Next to him is Jeff Bodine. Of course, many of you know Jeff Bodine won a big race back in about 85 or 86 that helped Rick Hendrick keep racing. They were on the verge of closing their doors, and Jeff won a big race for them. And of course, over the years, he was really one of the premier drivers, especially in the late 80s through the 90s. And here's some of the guys that were kind of at the end of the career, but they are just mainstays in the sport. Of course, you got Buddy Baker. Buddy Baker was the super speedway guy. If you were at Talladega or Daytona or something, he was always up front, and just such a likable guy. And of course, next to him is card number 90 of Cale Yarborough. I think he won something like 3 Grand National Championships. That's what they called the Cup championships back then. Of course, he drove for Junior Johnson for many years. And then to the right of him I'm seeing this card and this gentleman, Neil Bonnet, becoming more and more popular in this hobby right now. For some reason, he was a very likable person, a very good driver, had good friends with Dale Earnhardt Sr., and later became one of the premier announcers of the sport in the 90s. And so he went back into racing, and sadly he had a wreck and lost his life. So if you can get an autograph of him, they're really rare, and you definitely want to do that. Now the last card here is of course this is the number 99 Dale Earnhardt card, which was pulled from the set and never issued because of a contract dispute. Now, you see these cards today, but the cards you do see of these for sale today were acquired by somehow other than the sale of the card, because it was never in any set, either the Myrtle Beach or the Charlotte. Just somebody found a way to get a hold of these, and over the years they started selling them. And this is one of the premier cards in the whole hobby. And the funny thing is, it was never issued as a card. So, you know, if you can get one, definitely want to have it, because it may be the most popular card in the whole hobby. At least it's in the top 5 or 10 for sure. Well, folks, that's the 1988 MAXX Myrtle Beach and Charlotte race card sets. As you can see, this is a good one. And, you know, get the whole set if you can. But there's a bunch of them in there that you definitely want to have, because there were some really great drivers. And this was the first set. This is equivalent to the 1952 Topps baseball card set, because it's the first one. Well, folks, like, share, and I really want some comments down below. I want to know how you feel about what we're doing. Make some suggestions on what you'd like to hear from me. I'm here to teach, and you know, I want to teach what you want to learn. So help me out here. Hit that little bell, and go to my channel. I've got several videos now, and they're very educational as far as this hobby goes. So, folks, that's it for today. This is the NASCAR Trading Cards Tech Learning Center, where the learning never stops. Big Bear, checking out one more time. See you later, folks. Bye.